Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the 3 stocks series, and today we'll be taking a look at the stocks that are likely to be benefited from the transition towards 4G, 5G, 6G and so on. So India currently is in a very early stage of transition from 4G to 5G. In fact, countries like China and Japan have already started their 6G testing. So it becomes critical for India to understand what are the kind of stocks that are likely to be benefited and will assist in this entire transition. So let us take a look at that. Before we take a look at the stocks, let us first understand what does each of these G's mean. So the G stands for generation, and each of the G's, which is 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G that we're going to talk about, comes with its own specific technology. Now each of that technology associated with that network supports a higher speed. So as we move from 1G to 2G and then to 3G, 4G, 5G and so on, the speed of the network continuously increases owing to more advanced technology. Now there are two more G's that I'm not discussing. One is Madam G and the other is Behan G, but since those are only limited to politics, we are not going to discuss those. So talking about 1G, the speed there was 2.4 kbps, 2G came with a speed of 64 kbps, 3G came with a speed of 2 Mbps, 4G with a speed of up to 1 Gbps, and 5G, the current initial conversation is for a speed of greater than equal to 1 Gbps with a cap of 20 Gbps. Now let us take a look at what are the factors that are going to drive the whole 5G space in India. For me, there are three major factors. One is the demand for optical fiber cables. The other is the 5G enabled mobile phones. The phones need to support 5G procedures, and then a 5G enabled routers and radio stations to enable the transmission of the 5G related frequencies. So the first stock that is most likely to be benefited with this whole transition is STERLITE Technologies, which has a current market price of 250 rupees. Now the reason that I'm talking about this stock is that it has emerged as a global leader and it is now the front runner in the 5G space. Now it's a leader in deploying high capacity fiber and wireless networks. It's active in more than 150 countries and has 582 patents. Now for a company of that size, which is now emerging as a front runner in the 5G space, the whole transition is going to prove really well for this company and its future prospects. If you talk about what are they doing in the 5G space, they have already bagged a $100 million 5G deal in West Asia and Africa. Their order book, which means they already have orders worth 11,300 crores. Now just imagine, for the next couple of years, they seem to be very well sorted given their order size is such a high number. They have collaborated with Facebook for developing 4G and 5G radio products. They have launched several 5G wireless products already. That includes the Garud, which is the indoor small cell, and the 5G multi-band micro radios. They have also planned to spend 300 crores for fiber capacity extension. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is this company is very quick to respond to the entire transition from 4G to 5G. So if and when that happens, STERLITE Technology is going to be in a very well position to take advantage of the whole transition. So if you look at their particulars of 5 years, the compounded annual growth rate of 5 years of STERLITE Tech, and compare it with the industry standard, the revenue is growing by 17.8%, whereas within that industry, the revenue is only growing by 8.8%. The profit is growing by 12.4%, whereas the industry growth is only 7%. Now, STERLITE growth is emerging as a market leader in its own industry. Now, its growth is outpacing the growth of the industry, which again says that STERLITE Tech is benefiting much more than its peers in the same industry. And that's also evident from the fact that its market share has gone up from 15.5% in 2016 to 32%, which is almost double in 5 years from 2016 to 2021. So this is the first stock on which I'm very bullish on. Let us take a look at the next stock. The next stock that we're going to talk about is HFCL Limited, which has a current market price of 55 rupees. Now, I have already covered this stock in a great detail in a series of videos that's called the turnaround stocks. You can find the link in the description. Now, HFCL manufactures optical cables. In fact, it's one of the largest manufacturer of optical cables and optical fibers in India, and the past 1.5 years they have reported a complete turnaround in their business performance. The financials have improved. Their order book stands at 7,000 crores, again a very healthy sign. Now let us take a look at their historical performance also. The 5-year growth for the revenue for HFCL is 8.6, in line with the industry growth. If you look at the profit is growing at 9%, which is higher than the 7% industry growth of the profit. Now again, the market share of HFCL is also going up from 21.2% to 29.3%. Now HFCL is in the same segment as STERLITE Tech. So combine HFCL and STERLITE Tech, they together make up for 60% of the entire market. And that is why I am very bullish on STERLITE Tech and this stock, which is HFCL, which has reported a very huge turnaround in its entire business performance. So these were the first two stocks. The third stock is Tech Mahindra, which has a current market price of 1434. Now, Tech Mahindra is an IT player that's very well positioned in the 5G space, and that's because it provides the technology which supports 5G in India. So it's a very strong player in network infrastructure. 60 to 70% of its new clients in the telecom sector are purely in the 5G space. Now that's something that's not there for the other players in the market. So Tech Mahindra is signing on new clients and they are related to the 5G space. So when the 5G space starts to flourish in India, Tech Mahindra's technology is going to play a very pivotal role there. They've also started to work on 5G enabled routers and radio stations, again with a positive sign for the firm as far as the 5G movement is concerned. Now let us take a look at their 5-year historical performance. On the left you see a revenue chart. The figures here are in 1000 crores. So the revenue is constantly growing from 30,000 crores in FY17 to close to 39,000 crores in FY21. The important point here is that on a year-on-year basis, it's continuously increasing. So good and a healthy business for Tech Mahindra. Same is the story for in case of profit. From 28,000 in FY17, the profit is now 44,000 in FY21. The largest story is again year-on-year improvement for Tech Mahindra's profit growth as well. Now if you look at the share price is also constantly reporting a year-on-year growth. There's only one sign of downtrend in the stock which I'm highlighting on this chart, which was due to the coronavirus induced market crash. Otherwise, the stock is continuously on the upside, and that's also because the last 5 years, the revenue, which is the top line, and the profit, which is the bottom line, both of them have shown a consistent growth on a year-on-year basis. So these are the three stocks that we discussed today: STERLITE Tech, HFCL Limited and Tech Mahindra, that will be benefited from the 5G space. Do let me know what are your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching the video, and for more of such quality content, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.